Hopkins here from Ranvet, and today I want to show you guys how to make Anzac Biscuits for your horse. So what you will need is 2 cups of rolled oats, 1 cup of oat flour, and I've made the oat flour just by taking some oats and grinding them up in my little blender or your whizzer, or if you've got a little chopper you can use that. And I've got a 1/2 cup of desiccated coconut, 1 cup of grated carrot, I've got 1/2 cup of golden syrup, 75 mils of Ranvet Prix oil, and 75 mils of apple cider vinegar. We'll also need to make sure your oven is set to 175 degrees Celsius, and you've got a couple of oven trays lined with paper ready to go. If you don't have all of the ingredients on hand, we've got some alternatives you can use. If you don't have rolled oats, you can use any sort of oats you have on hand. Maybe you've got some packet ones, instant oats. They're perfectly fine to use. If you don't have the Ranvet Prix oil, you can use canola oil or vegetable oil if you have that on hand. If you don't have the oat flour, you can use regular flour. If you don't have the golden syrup, you can use molasses or treacle or honey if you've got that on hand. And if your horses don't like carrots, you can use anything like apples or sweet potato or pears or even pumpkin, dried fruit like sultanas you can use as well. All those sorts of things are perfectly fine alternatives to use. So we mix our dry ingredients first. So put your rolled oats in there, the oat flour, your desiccated coconut, the shredded carrot. Give it all a good mix around. Next we'll mix in our oil, the vinegar, and the golden syrup. If you don't want to use quite so much golden syrup, you can substitute a little bit of it with some unsweetened applesauce, and this will just help to take out some of the sugar if you've got a horse that's very sensitive to sugar. And give that a really good stir around so it's all mixed up. Now I found with my mix using the whole rolled oats that it was still a little bit dry. If you find that yours is a bit dry, you can add a bit more vinegar. Or what I also did is I've left it in the fridge overnight, and this helped the oats to absorb some of the moisture and made it a bit more sticky, so you can make a nice little ball that's easy to hold together in the oven. So this one I put together yesterday, and as you can see, it's made a nice sticky mix. It's really easy to form a little patty into. And I just left this in the fridge overnight, and so that makes a nice little ball, nice little horse biscuit size. And that makes, it makes about a dozen nice little cookies, little biscuits for your horse. And we'll put those in the oven for about a half an hour. I'll get those ready now. Right, so I've got my little patties all made and they're formed on the lined tray. So just a bit of baking paper on there so they don't stick. And we're going to put them in the oven for about half an hour until they get nice and dark golden brown on 175 degrees Celsius. All right, it's time to check and make sure that they're all nice and golden brown and ready to come out of the oven. The house smells amazing, so I think they're going to be perfect. There they are, and they are absolutely perfect. Nice golden brown. They just need to cool now. They're still a little bit delicate to handle, so we want them to cool a little bit on the tray first, and then we'll transfer them to a wire rack where they can cool completely, and then they're ready for your horses. And hopefully they like them. Thank you very much, and happy baking.